Welcome to the channel, guys. My name is Jess. So earlier this week, Bitcoin saw a massive flush all the way down to $58,000. In fact, Monday marked the highest amount of Bitcoin long liquidations that we've seen since April. Have we finally bottomed out here? What are the signs and what do we need to see for a continued bullish validation on the short time frame and the higher time frame charts? Let's dive into the price action today to talk about all the recent developments in Bitcoin as well as the broader cryptocurrency markets. Before we do though, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel down below for regular Bitcoin analysis every Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday, and ring that notification button so you never miss an episode. If you're after even more content, be sure to check out the free Telegram channel over here for daily updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're interested in my VIP channel, you can get more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trade setups with exact entry points, targets, and stop losses. Alrighty guys, so before we get into any sort of future analysis or potential scenarios, let's go ahead and talk about what on earth has happened since the start of the week. So on Sunday night, we ended up having our daily candle close below this bearish trigger level over here, that prior low within the downtrend. So naturally that confirmed the loss of our key level of support that we had at the start of that week. That was between $64,000 and $65,000. And when we lose support, generally we continue lower to that next level of support and have that bearish continuation. So that is exactly what we saw, guys. We moved below $63,000 from this trigger level all the way down to $60,000 over here. So this next macro base of support is at $60,000 to $61,000. And on Monday night, we actually had a massive flush all the way down to $58,400. So I did make a post in my Telegram about it as soon as we lost this level over here. And hopefully if you guys read that post, you weren't blindsided by this move down and didn't make up the $360 million in long liquidations. But as of right now, the big question is the bottom in? Is this the end of that bearish move? Are we going to finally see a nice big bounce from $60,000? And do we have a potential of getting a full-on reversal? So let's go ahead and dive into the analysis. Before we get into any more analysis, guys, let's hear a quick word from our sponsor, Bitunix. Bitunix is an emerging cryptocurrency exchange committed to providing you with a secure, convenient, and highly functional trading and investment platform. Available across all countries as a non-KYC exchange, get global access to over 150 trading pairs with minimal fees on both spot and futures contracts. Join today to get $5,500 in sign-up rewards and get 15% off all of your trading fees by signing up using the link in my bio or by using the code 1GG3 when you create your account. So realistically, if we're looking for signs that the bottom is in, we know that when we have a massive amount of liquidations at support, that generally marks the start of a reversal, right? Because at that point, after we've had that massive amount of liquidations, we know that the late shorts have been eradicated. We know that the late longs on the way down have been eradicated. So at that point, we should start to see the buyers step in and manage to take control of the narrative. And we're seeing a little bit of that already. So we've got a couple green candles going over here, but most importantly, despite the flush, we managed to get a daily candle close above this key level of support here at $60,000. And on Tuesday, we managed to get a green candle, print, and close, again validating this key level of support right here. So we know that after the flush, we are seeing already signs of that reversal that we're talking about. Okay, and if we zoom out a little bit onto higher time frame structures, we're getting more confirmation that Bitcoin doesn't have that much room to be going any lower, right? So if the bottom is not here, it is very, very, very soon, okay? Because if we take a look, the bull market uptrend, despite the crash, this uptrend that we've had all the way since, October 2023 is still intact. And again, because of those candle closes, this bullish pattern of compression that we're getting here is still intact. So looking at these charts over here, from a macro perspective, it does look like Bitcoin should be getting that reversal that we're wanting, and this move downwards for now should be over, right? If we move over onto the broader markets for further confirmation of increasing confidence in the market, we know that Total 2 is again at support. So this includes altcoins, Bitcoin, Ethereum at support. So very little room for it to be going any lower. If we go any lower, that would mean macro bearish reversal, right? So very unlikely in the current climate that we're going to be seeing that, especially since this flush downwards was recovered so quickly. Moving on to altcoins and Bitcoin dominance, we're actually starting to see some really good signs. Altcoins are starting to recover actually, and on Monday, despite all of the drops we had, altcoins didn't move all that much. We actually printed a green day for altcoins. So we know that at this point, we're seeing money shift out of Bitcoin into altcoins. And that suggests that we're seeing increases in market confidence because altcoins are more speculative investments. And Bitcoin dominance again topped out at this level of resistance over here at $56,000 and had a massive drop on Monday. So we dropped all the way down to 54.3%, which is again a really good sign, guys. So for the broader cryptocurrency markets and for Bitcoin itself, it does look like, this is the end of the massive amount of bearish price action that we've had for the last couple of weeks. Now, while the macro charts are quite suggestive of a bullish continuation here, timing it is really the tricky thing. So we're going to move over onto the short time frame charts, and let's go over the bullish validations that we need to see to continue upwards and the bearish validations that suggest that we might see another dip before finally getting that official bottom. So on the short time frame, we can see that while Bitcoin has moved up a fair bit from the 60K region, we actually do need to see a little bit more before we gain some real confidence here. And what I'm really talking about is this downtrend, right? The short time frame downtrend that we established from that rejection at $72,000. So even if the macro charts are looking great and we know that Bitcoin is bouncing at $60,000, if we continue to reject from the trend line, the trend is your friend until it ends. So the overall trajectory is still going to be downwards, right? And if we manage to continue doing what Bitcoin has been doing, which is forming these lower lows within this downtrend, we might see a move below $60,000, below this low at 58.4, and see a flash all the way to the range low for the massive channel of consolidation, this range low over here at $57,000. So if Bitcoin does that, the chances of this being the bottom again is quite high because of the macro charts. We move on onto BLX, we can see that 57,000 has confluence with our bull market uptrend over here. So realistically, if we get that next flush, there is still a chance that this is the bottom over here, and we should continue to bounce and validate that really high time frame structure that we've been in for months and months and months, right? If we do manage to break above the uptrend though, what we're really looking for here is a candle close above this level here. So above that trigger level or the recent high at $64.5 thousand will mark the end of the bearish trajectory because we've stopped forming lower lows, right? We've stopped forming lower highs, and we should be getting that bullish continuation with 64.5K being that next key level of support. The reason why getting that candle close above 64.5K is so important is not only because it marks attaining a higher high on the charts, but also because it marks the establishment of this level here at 64.5 as a base of support. If we don't manage to do that, even if we break out of the uptrend, there is a chance that Bitcoin will just continue to consolidate within this channel over here, within this key base of support and the key base of resistance. And that's really when it starts to become a little bit more concerning, because if we don't manage to do that, if we lose momentum before breaking above, we might have a higher likelihood of losing 60K as a base of support and getting that flush anyways. So this key level here is quite important to establish upon the break of the downtrend, not just the downtrend itself. Now moving past 64.5 or this level over here, $65,000, our key trigger that's going to mark a move to these upper ranges over here is the same as it's always been in every video. It's going to be this midline resistance here at $67,000, right? The midline resistance of this massive channel of consolidation, because realistically, we can kind of divide the channel into these two segments here. We have what's below $67,000, marking continued retest of $60,000, and what's above $67,000, being a retest of resistance at $72,000. So it isn't until we break above this level over here, upon establishing support at 65K, that we can kind of expect to see any sort of moves to these upper levels over here. If we don't manage to get that candle close or these higher time frame closes above 67K's resistance, it will continue to be resistance, and below 67K, Bitcoin does tend to chop down to 60K a fair bit, right? It is that really, really strong level of resistance that we're looking to break. But as of right now, like I said, on the macro charts, it does look like we should be getting that reversal. So it really is contingent on what we see over the next couple of days, or maybe even the next couple of hours. It is the middle of the week, so Bitcoin might be a little bit more volatile. So yeah, over the next couple of days, it really does depend on what we see here in terms of the levels we managed to establish and what we don't manage to establish. Alrighty guys, that is all the analysis that I have for you today. If you enjoyed the video or you learned something, don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel down below. And if you're after even more content, be sure to check out the free Telegram channel for daily updates as well as crypto and economic news. If you're interested in my VIP channel, you can get more details over here. VIP gives you exclusive access to my personal trade setups with exact entry points, targets, and stop losses. And if you are a trader, sign up down below to Bitunix for 5,500 US dollars in sign-up rewards and 15% off all of your trading fees. Hope you guys have a really great week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!